Cancer, stop what you are doing right now, because in the next 72 hours, your entire property situation is about to explode. And I am not talking about small changes here. I am talking about a complete game changer that will leave you absolutely speechless. And honestly, after what I just saw in these cards, I had to grab my phone and start recording immediately because this energy is too powerful to wait. Everyone thinks real estate moves slowly, but actually, your timeline just accelerated by months. And what I am about to show you will prove that everything you thought you knew about property timing is completely wrong. The universe just handed you a golden key, and most people would miss this entirely, but not you, Cancer, not today. I just pulled the Six of Swords, and my hands are literally shaking because this card never shows up for property unless something major is shifting and shifting fast. This is not about waiting anymore, Cancer. This is about movement, and the kind of movement that changes your entire living situation within weeks, not months. The Six of Swords is telling me that you are literally crossing over from one phase of your property journey to a completely different reality, and the timing could not be more perfect. But wait, there is something else here that is making my intuition go absolutely wild, and I need to share this with you before we go any deeper. The comments are already flooding in, and you can feel this energy too. I can see it in the live viewer count jumping every few seconds, because when the universe moves this fast, everyone feels it. Let me tell you about Sarah, a Cancer just like you who ignored these exact same signs last month and ended up watching her dream property get snatched up by someone else who acted immediately. Do not let this be your story, Cancer, because what I am seeing in your cards right now is the exact opposite energy, and it is incredible. Your property deal is not just finalizing this month, Cancer. It is finalizing with terms that are going to blow your mind and make you question why you ever doubted the timing. The Six of Swords is showing me smooth sailing ahead, but only if you understand what this card is really trying to tell you about your specific situation. This card represents transition and movement across water, which in property terms means you are moving from uncertainty to absolute clarity. You are crossing from a place where you were not sure about locations, prices, timing, financing, into a space where everything just clicks into place like puzzle pieces that were always meant to fit together. But here is what most people miss about the Six of Swords in property readings. Everyone sees the calm water and thinks it means slow progress. But actually, Cancer, this card is about strategic movement. You are not rushing into anything blindly. You are making calculated moves that are going to pay off in ways you cannot even imagine yet. The swords in this card represent the mental clarity you have been developing over the past few months about exactly what you want in a property. You know your non-negotiables now, you know your budget limits, you know the areas that call to your soul, and most importantly, you know the difference between settling and stepping into something that truly aligns with your vision, and that figure steering the boat. That is you, Cancer, taking control of your property destiny instead of letting circumstances control you. You are not a victim of the market anymore. You are a strategic player who knows exactly how to navigate these waters to reach your desired destination. The Six of Swords is also telling me that whatever obstacles you faced in your property search before, they are now behind you. Those financing issues that kept you up at night, resolved. Those location concerns that made you second-guess everything, cleared up. Those timing conflicts that seemed impossible to work around, eliminated. But what happens next is where this reading gets absolutely insane, and I need you to pay very close attention because the next card I pulled made me drop my coffee cup, and I am not even joking about that. My energy just shifted so dramatically that I had to pause the reading and collect myself. The King of Pentacles just revealed himself, and Cancer, this is not the energy we typically see in property readings, but that is exactly why this is so powerful. This king represents mastery over material resources, and when he shows up in a real estate context, He is telling you that you are about to step into your power as a property owner in a way that surprises everyone around you. Most people expect to see cards about new beginnings or fresh starts when it comes to property, but the King of Pentacles is saying something completely different. He is saying, you are not just buying property, Cancer. You are establishing an empire. You are not just finding a place to live. You are creating a foundation for generational wealth. This king sits on his throne surrounded by abundance and luxury, not because he was lucky, but because he made strategic decisions that compounded over time. And that is exactly what is happening with your property situation right now. What looks like a simple real estate transaction to the outside world is actually you positioning yourself for long-term financial sovereignty. The King of Pentacles is known for his patience and practical approach to wealth building, but in your reading, Cancer, he is showing up with urgency energy that I have never seen from this card before. Usually, this king takes his time, considers all options, moves slowly and deliberately, but not in your situation, not this month. This king is telling me that the property opportunity in front of you right now has a limited window, and he, as the master of material success, is advising you to move quickly but strategically. He sees something in this deal that others are missing, and he wants you to capitalize on it before anyone else catches on. The pentacle in his hand represents the financial resources you need to make this happen. And Cancer, those resources are not just available to you right now, they are practically throwing themselves at you. Whether that is through approved financing, unexpected financial support, a sudden increase in your income, or creative funding solutions you had not considered before. But here is where the King of Pentacles gets really interesting in your property reading. He is not just about having money, he is about understanding the true value of what you are acquiring. And what I am seeing is that the property you are about to finalize has hidden value that will reveal itself over the coming months and years. This could be appreciation potential that others are overlooking, rental income opportunities that are not obvious right now, or development possibilities that will emerge as the area evolves. The King of Pentacles sees all of this, and he is nodding his approval at your timing and your choice. I am getting chills right now because my members in the private community have been asking about this exact energy for weeks, and now it is showing up in your reading so clearly that I can practically reach out and touch it. They are going to lose their minds when I share this with them later. The King of Pentacles is also telling me about the negotiations around your property deal, and Cancer, you have more power in these negotiations than you realize. This king knows how to drive a hard bargain not through aggression, but through understanding value and positioning himself as the ideal buyer. You are not going to have to fight for this property, Cancer. You are going to earn it through demonstrating that you are the perfect match for what the seller needs. Whether that is timing, financing structure, personal connection, or simply the energy you bring to the transaction, you have something that other potential buyers cannot offer. And that something is going to be the deciding factor that tips this deal in your favor, even if there are other offers on the table. The King of Pentacles does not compete. He dominates by being undeniably the best choice. And that is exactly the energy you are stepping into right now. The throne this king sits on is carved from stone, representing the solid foundation you are about to build in your life through this property acquisition. This is not just about having a place to live, Cancer. This is about establishing your kingdom, your home base, your launching pad for everything else you want to create in your life. But we are not done yet, because the energy keeps building, and the next card that came through has me absolutely stunned. I had to double-check that I shuffled the deck properly because what just happened should not be possible, but the universe clearly has other plans. The Tower just crashed into your reading, and before you panic, let me explain why this is actually the best news possible for your property situation. Yes, the Tower represents sudden change and upheaval, but in your context, Cancer, it represents the complete demolition of every obstacle that has been standing between you and your dream property. Everyone fears the Tower, But what they do not understand is that this card only destroys what is not meant for you, so that what is meant for you can finally come through. And in your property reading, the Tower is taking a wrecking ball to every single barrier that has been blocking your path. That seller who was being difficult about negotiations, their resistance just crumbled. That financing issue that seemed insurmountable, the solution just struck like lightning. That competing buyer who seemed to have all the advantages, they just removed themselves from the equation through circumstances beyond anyone's control. The Tower in property readings is not about your deal falling apart, Cancer. It is about everything that was not your deal falling apart, so your real deal can emerge from the chaos. This card is clearing the field for you in the most dramatic way possible, and what emerges from this clearing is going to be better than anything you originally imagined. I am seeing a literal tower of paperwork, regulations, complications, delays, and bureaucratic nonsense just getting swept away by this powerful energy, and in its place, a clear path forward that is so smooth it will make your head spin. The Tower is not destroying your dreams. It is demolishing everything that was preventing those dreams from becoming reality. The lightning bolt in this card represents the sudden insight or breakthrough that changes everything about your property situation. This could be discovering a financing option you had never considered, learning about a property that was not even on your radar before, or having a conversation that opens doors you did not even know existed. But here is what makes the Tower so powerful in your reading, Cancer. This card represents divine intervention, and when divine intervention shows up in property matters, it means the universe itself is rearranging circumstances to ensure you end up exactly where you are supposed to be. The people falling from the Tower in the traditional imagery represent all the players in your property situation who were not aligned with your highest good. They are being removed from the equation not through any action on your part, but through natural consequences of their own choices and behaviors. Maybe that real estate agent who was not really working in your best interests suddenly gets busy with other clients. Maybe that mortgage broker who was making things complicated gets reassigned to a different department. Maybe that seller who was being unreasonable suddenly becomes motivated to close quickly due to their own changing circumstances. The Tower is orchestrating a complete restructuring of your property landscape, and when the dust settles, you are going to find yourself in a position of power and clarity that you could not have achieved through normal channels. This is not about working harder, Cancer. This is about allowing the universe to work for you. The crown falling off the Tower represents the ego and control issues that have been interfering with your property process. Your ego that was telling you to settle for less, gone. The seller's ego that was inflating their price expectations, shattered. The market ego that was creating artificial scarcity and pressure, demolished. What emerges after the Tower does its work is pure truth and authentic alignment. And in property terms, that means deals that make sense, prices that feel right, timing that flows naturally, and outcomes that benefit everyone involved in ways that create lasting satisfaction rather than buyer's remorse or seller's regret. I need to pause here for a second because the energy is shifting again, and I can literally feel thousands of you watching this reading and connecting with this Tower energy in your own property situations. The comments are absolutely exploding with people sharing their own experiences with sudden property breakthroughs, and it is giving me goosebumps. But we are not finished with the Tower yet, because this card has one more crucial message for you, Cancer. The destruction phase is complete. Whatever was going to fall apart in your property situation has already fallen apart, even if you have not seen all the results yet. What comes next is pure construction and creation energy. The Tower clears the space, but it also provides the raw materials for building something better. Every disappointment, every delay, every complication you experienced in your property search was actually the Tower energy gathering the materials needed to construct your ideal situation. Those financing challenges taught you exactly what kind of loan structure works best for your situation. Those location disappointments helped you clarify what neighborhoods truly call to your soul. Those timing conflicts revealed the perfect moment for your acquisition that you would have missed if everything had gone according to your original plan. Now, let me show you what comes after the tower, because the next card is going to absolutely blow your mind and make you understand why every single obstacle you faced was actually a blessing in disguise, setting you up for this incredible breakthrough. The Four of Wands just presented itself, and Cancer, this is celebration time because this card represents the successful completion of your property acquisition and the absolute joy that comes with finally having a place that feels like home in every sense of the word. The Four of Wands is the congratulations card, the achievement card, the we did it card, and in property readings, it specifically represents the moment when you get the keys and walk into your new space, knowing that this is where you belong. But this card is showing me even more than just successful completion. Those four wands create a frame, a structure, a foundation for celebration, and in your reading, Cancer, they represent the solid framework of your property deal that is now locked in place. The negotiations are done, the financing is approved, the inspections are complete, and all that remains is the joyful ceremony of making it officially yours. The garland connecting the wands represents the harmonious relationships that made this property acquisition possible. Your real estate team working together seamlessly, your financial institutions cooperating efficiently, the sellers being reasonable and accommodating, even your family and friends supporting your decision enthusiastically. This is not a property deal that comes together through stress and struggle, Cancer. This is a deal that flows together through cooperation and mutual benefit. Everyone involved ends up feeling good about the outcome, and that positive energy becomes part of the foundation energy of your new property. The Four of Wands also represents stability, and in property terms, that means this is not a temporary solution or a stepping stone purchase. This is your home base, your sanctuary, your launching pad for the next phase of your life journey. This property is going to serve you well for many years to come. But what I love most about the Four of Wands in your reading is the celebration aspect, because Cancer, you deserve to celebrate this achievement. You have been patient, you have been persistent, you have been practical, and now it is time to acknowledge that your strategy worked and your dreams are becoming reality. The figures celebrating under the wands represent your support system, acknowledging your success and sharing in your joy. This could be family members who are excited about your new space, friends who are proud of your accomplishment, or even neighbors who welcome you to the community with genuine warmth. There is also a deeper spiritual significance to the Four of Wands that I need to share with you, Cancer, because this card is not just about material success. It is about energetic alignment. This property is going to enhance your spiritual practice, support your emotional well-being, and provide the perfect environment for your continued growth and evolution. The number 4 represents stability, security, and solid foundations. But it also represents the 4 elements coming into perfect balance in your living space. Earth energy through the physical structure and connection to land. Air energy through open spaces and good ventilation. Fire energy through natural light and warmth. Water energy through plumbing, landscaping, or proximity to water features. This balance of elements is going to create a living environment that supports every aspect of your being and helps you feel truly at home in a way you may never have experienced before. The Four of Wands is promising you that this property will be a source of joy and renewal for years to come. I am getting such strong energy around timing right now that I need to share this with you immediately. The Four of Wands is showing me that your property closing is going to happen faster than anyone expected and with fewer complications than anyone prepared for. What was supposed to take weeks is going to take days. What was supposed to be stressful is going to be smooth. My private community members are sending me messages right now asking if I am talking about their situation. Because this Four of Wands energy is hitting multiple people simultaneously, and that tells me we are in a major property manifestation window for Cancer energy this month. The Four of Wands is also giving me information about the actual property you are acquiring, and Cancer, there are going to be pleasant surprises when you get full access to the space. Features you did not notice during the initial viewing, improvements the sellers made that were not mentioned, or simply the way the energy feels when you walk in knowing it is officially yours. This card often appears when there is some kind of bonus or unexpected benefit included with the property. Maybe appliances that were supposed to be removed end up staying, maybe furniture that enhances the space gets left behind, maybe maintenance or upgrade work gets completed before closing at no cost to you. But beyond the material surprises, the Four of Wands is telling me that the energy of this property is going to exceed your expectations. The way the morning light comes through the windows, the way the rooms flow together naturally, the way the outdoor spaces invite relaxation and entertainment, the way the whole property feels like it was designed specifically for your lifestyle. This brings us to the most powerful card in your entire reading and Cancer. When I pulled this card, my intuition started vibrating at a frequency I have never experienced before. I actually had to stand up and walk around the room because the energy was so intense. The world just completed your property reading, and this card represents total fulfillment, complete success, and the achievement of a major life cycle. When the world shows up in a property reading Cancer, it means this acquisition is not just about getting a new place to live. It is about stepping into a completely new version of yourself. The World is the final card of the major arcana, and it represents the successful completion of a long journey that transforms you into someone who has achieved mastery over their circumstances. Your property journey has been that transformative experience, and acquiring this property represents you stepping into your power as someone who can manifest their vision into reality. The figure dancing in the center of the World card represents you, Cancer, celebrating not just the property acquisition, but the personal growth that made it possible. You are not the same person who started this property search months ago. You have developed skills, confidence, clarity, and determination that will serve you in every area of your life going forward. The wreath surrounding the dancing figure represents the cyclical nature of achievement. And the world is telling me that this property acquisition completes one major cycle of your life, while simultaneously beginning an even more exciting new cycle. Your home search is ending, but your life as the empowered property owner is just beginning. The four figures in the corners of the World card represent the four elements and the four seasons, indicating that this property is going to serve you well through all the different phases and changes of your life. This is not a temporary solution. This is a long-term foundation that will support whatever comes next in your personal evolution. But here is what makes the World absolutely incredible in your property reading Cancer. This card is telling me that everything you have been through, every challenge you have faced, every lesson you have learned, every skill you have developed through this property search process has been preparing you for something much bigger than just buying a house. This property acquisition is actually the foundation for a completely new phase of your life, where you operate from a position of confidence, abundance, and personal sovereignty that you have never experienced before. You are becoming someone who does not just hope for good things to happen. You are becoming someone who makes good things happen. The World represents mastery and completion, but in your context, it means you have mastered the art of manifesting your desires into reality through practical action combined with spiritual alignment. This property deal is proof of your manifestation abilities, and it is just the beginning of what you are going to create going forward. The wreath in the World card is also made of laurel leaves, which represent victory and honor, and Cancer. This property acquisition is going to be something you are proud of for the rest of your life, not just because of the property itself, but because of what you had to become in order to achieve it. You had to become someone who knows their worth and does not settle for less. You had to become someone who can navigate complex negotiations with confidence. You had to become someone who can handle financial commitments responsibly. You had to become someone who trusts their intuition about what feels right for their life. The world is also telling me about the ripple effects of this property acquisition that extend far beyond just having a new place to live. This property is going to become a hub of positive activity that enriches your relationships, supports your career goals, enhances your health and well-being, and provides a stable foundation for pursuing your creative dreams. I am seeing gatherings and celebrations in your new space that strengthen your connections with family and friends. I am seeing workspace or office areas that support your professional growth and income generation. I am seeing gardens or outdoor areas that connect you with nature and provide therapeutic benefits. I am seeing rooms dedicated to your hobbies and interests that allow you to explore new aspects of yourself. The world represents completion, but it also represents infinite possibility, and that is exactly what this property is going to provide for you, Cancer. A completed, secure foundation from which you can explore unlimited potential in every area of your life. The Dancer in the World card holds 2 wands, representing the balance between giving and receiving, action and rest, material success, and spiritual fulfillment. Your new property is going to provide the perfect environment for maintaining this balance and living as your most authentic, empowered self. But there is one final message from the world that I need to share with you, and this is going to change everything about how you approach not just this property deal, but everything else you want to manifest in your life going forward. The world is telling me that your property acquisition is happening at the perfect time for reasons you do not even understand yet. This timing is not just good for the real estate market or your personal finances. This timing is cosmically aligned with your soul's evolution and your life purpose in ways that are going to become clear over the coming months and years. This property is not just where you are going to live, Cancer. This is where you are going to become who you are meant to be. This is where you are going to write the next chapter of your story, where you are going to create the life you have always dreamed of, where you are going to build the legacy you want to leave behind. The world dancing with joy represents the celebration that is waiting for you at the end of this month when your property deal finalizes and you hold those keys in your hand, knowing that you have achieved something truly significant. Not just for your present circumstances, but for your entire future trajectory. The wreath of the world also represents eternal cycles, and this property is going to be part of your story for many years to come. Whether you live there permanently, use it as investment property, or pass it down to future generations, this acquisition represents a turning point that will benefit you for decades. I need you to understand, Cancer, that what is happening with your property situation this month is not just good luck or good timing. It is the universe responding to your elevated vibration and your commitment to creating the life you truly desire. You have earned this success through your patience, persistence, and faith in yourself. The comments are absolutely insane right now with people sharing their own property breakthrough stories, and I can see that this reading is hitting home for so many of you. The energy is building and building as more of you recognize yourselves in these cards and realize that your own property dreams are about to become reality.